classic. You have to use classic, which classic is kind of objectively better than the new one. So it's not the worst thing in the world. All right, now we're in Lightroom. So when I set up the Dehancer plugin for Lightroom, it was a little odd and took a little finagling to figure it out. But it ends up so that you get to a place where you have to use this edit in functionality. And I don't love this, but there has to be a reason that they did it this way. And then it wants to create a copy of the image, which is also not something I'm super in love with. A lot of times I like to cull through photos using stars. Like come in here and I'll be like 5 stars, and then I'll filter by that selection. But then in the situation where you have to come in here and do edit in and create a copy, it doesn't map those stars onto the copy, which is kind of more of a Lightroom issue. But then it's like, hold on, where did that copy just go that I want to edit? Maybe that's just me. Okay, so we're hopping in here, and then right off the bat, we have some similar things to what we were seeing in the Resolve plugin. Let's just collapse these so we can see everything. So what's interesting is the profiles are over here. This is great. You can kind of see what they're gonna do, which is really nice. All right, let's start with finding a profile that we like. Again, I really dig this preview on the side over here. I kind of wish that this existed in the Resolve plugin. That would be really nice to be able to preview what you're about to click as far as these film profiles. Let's do, what do we like? I think that's the one. Source. I don't like the way that the exposure in the source operates. I don't know, my brain wants to go back to nodes where I'm like, oh, I'll just make these adjustments prior to, but I don't know, because it jumps into the plugin over here, it feels disconnected from the other Lightroom settings. It feels like once I click OK, it's like, okay, we're done. So if I want to make a temperature adjustment, I guess I should make it in here. But this is like, yeah, because this is happening prior to the profile is my understanding, the source. Okay, so we'll go into developer, contrast, gamma. Yeah, adding a little bit of color is kind of nice. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Undo the undo. Film compression. Let's see. Something about the way that it does it in photos is not as pleasing to the eye. There's like this weird kind of muddiness, you know, that's happening. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no to that. I do want to bring the black point up a little bit. Yeah. Print. Whoa, that's a lot. The profile seemed fine. Like if I turn it on, turn it off. I mean, it's still an aggressive look, but I think you can get away with it in the photos. This is a lot to layer on top of all that. Even if I try and see, because there's no way to dial back just the print film. So I don't think I'm gonna use that. You know what I'll do? I'll just use linear, and yeah, because these adjustments as far as contrast and color density are really nice to have. Like look at the difference between. That's great. I'm like, are we done? I feel like it's done. We'll go through color head. Yeah, all these things are things we saw in the Resolve plugin, so it's nice. It's all very similar. I wish there was a way that I could drag this so that I don't have to get so finicky on the wheels over here, because you know what I mean? Like in Resolve, you can kind of like click and choo choo choo, you know, choo choo. Film grain. Let's do it, y'all. Raise the, yeah. It did it. Oh yeah, it gives you the preset still. Okay, let's just do 50. Yeah, that's like doing to our highlights what we wanted the compression to do a little bit better. Like if you look at the, yeah, that's nice. I like that a lot. Halation. Let's jump into it. See, I can't, so I'm like moving my mouse and I can't scroll in like I'm used to in the normal Lightroom area, which is kind of annoying. It looks like you can only do 1-to-1 and then see, but I wish it like saved where you were. Look at the look at that. Ooh, look at that halation in the eye. Yeah, in some ways I'm wondering if I'm going to gravitate towards the Lightroom application more often than the Resolve one. Let's see what that looks like when it's zoomed out. It's a little much. Let's bring the impact down. Just a little edge. Just a little edge. Nice. Yeah, there's so much resolution to work with, so it's really nice to look at these details in photos. Bloom. It's a little much. I don't even know if this needs it. Maybe like just for the sake of example, like the slightest bit. Yeah, you can see it kind of on her nose. Film damage. Yeah, this is going to be one of those niches. Could be kind of cool in certain scenarios. Yeah. Yeah. Not for this one. And then vignette. Oh, it's already applied. Huh. It's been applied the whole time. Well, I've been digging it. Okay. This looks great. This was before. This is after. Before. After. We'll jump over to this headshot. So it looks like it's already doing this, like wanted to apply stuff right off the bat. Let's figure out a way to get him back to normal. Maybe just reset. Can we just reset everything? Here we go. Reset all settings. Duh. Okay. Let's look through these profiles. Looks like you have to enable them in order to start looking through them. Ooh, I like that. That nice, cool gray, black, and white image too. But there's just too much color. We can't just leave it on the floor. Let's see what that looks like. I gotta say, it's pretty good. All right, 800T. Film developer. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what happens if we lose some contrast and change our gamma. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, because then we can bring his face level down a little bit. Which makes me think I just want to go ahead and jump to the print and see if this is going to be any good. It's just too crunchy. Maybe if we didn't have a profile on. Even still, that's like, I would have to bring the contrast back and bring the exposure down. Now I'm just in 2383 land, so it's not the worst. I would still want to I think I would want to bring the color boost down. Anyway, looks like pairing the print with the profiles is maybe not, because I like, the thing is too, you have to think like our favorite setting that was in the Resolve portion plugin, output, not here. So there's going to be a lot of pushing and pulling, and not in the literal sense, but also there's no pushing. I just realized that you can't push and pull the profiles like you can in Resolve. Huh. Dehancer, what the hell? That's like a great feature, but it's not here. Ooh, let's add some film compression so this ring kind of gets knocked down in the back. Oh, but that's his face. Look, we're looking at his face. Can we see both so that I can know if I'm going too hard? Something that's kind of nice about the film compression is if you are okay with bleeding into their face, especially with like lighter skin tones, you can knock down some of that reflectiveness of, you know, because he was being lit. And sometimes you can just tell when it's too punchy on skin like this that it's lit, and it's nice to kind of even it out with the film compression. Preview off, preview on. Nice. Oh geez, I'm running out of mag time on my card. Closing thoughts. Dehancer is expensive. We know this. You can get some really nice things out of it, but it's got to be something you're going to use consistently, I think. For me, it tips just enough over into that, like, I would use this consistently enough to create looks that I decided to purchase it for myself. And I think the Lightroom plugin is really valuable. I think that if you do a lot of photo editing, I would spend the money to do that. And then if you like to edit a lot of your photos on your phone, I could see that being a really fun tool as well if it makes sense for your budget. But overall, you just have to ask yourself if it's going to be something that you are going to use consistently. And be willing to put in the time and not think it's going to be like a click here and done situation. Because as you saw, like, we spent a lot of time just like dialing in the look for each of those shots. So yeah, I'll leave, that consideration up to you all. And then I'm going to definitely post another video soon, if not right after this, that's just kind of like all those profiles that you can expect to get out of this tool. I'll catch y'all in the next one.